Pick a card, any card. Is this your card? These still, man, you know what? For a while, I wasn't really feeling the Black Tigers once I was playing more with the Stargazers deck. I beat the hell out of the Stargazers deck. And actually, I mean, like, it can't fan anymore, but still really good at that. I was actually able to do a dribble the other day, going outward. Yeah, not as visually impressive, but does take more skill to do. Still have not mastered the lapel flourish. Yeah, that's not a thing. Spin cut, I think that's what that's called. Fiddler grip, spin cut. Nope, it's having a hard time keeping it even. Whatever. So this is gonna be a long weekend. I originally had some really badass plans to take a really badass trip through time, space, and the spirit world. And then we had Hurricane, what's her name? Lusitania. The fuck's the hurricane's name?
Florence?
Florence. Fucking Flo. Literally Aunt Flo is in town! The behavior that I've seen so far from the way that people have been reacting, the reactions that I've seen thus far from the populace of my area, which of course it's coming right for, have not instilled me with a lot of faith. You know, I might have almost had enough faith in humanity, and just some of the behavior that I've been seeing as of late has definitely made my humanity meter go right back to zero. You start all over again, man. So we've known about this for about a week now. I think I found out about it on Sunday. I really haven't done too much preparation. I mean, everybody who knows me knows that I'm pretty prepped. So, really, not much needs to be added to my repertoire. The thing that I needed to work on the most, the biggest prep, of course, fixing my car. Okay, biggest prep so far. Don't look at the inside of my car, it's so dirty. Had to, yep, duct tape up the old window that won't roll down. James, if you're watching this, this was originally propped up by a piece of wood halfway through, and then you tried to roll it down when we went hiking. And that's, had a little crack, went down to about here, and a whole bunch of water and hurricane. I'm not looking forward to... I really, really hope that holds up. That's it's M3 electrical tape. Yeah. That's right. I have a little toy Ford Escape, as well as an actual Ford Escape. the highest quality vehicle that never mind. You can kind of start hearing the wind going now. You know, at first they said it was going to show up Thursday morning, and now they're saying it's going to be Friday afternoon, and it might go left, it might go right. Do you know what a fugazi is? Fugazi? Yeah, you know, fugazi, you know, it's a floozy, it's a woozy, it's a toozy, it's berry dust. Come on. Yeah. I actually think I don't know if I read it or if I saw something somewhere like on the commentary for that he wasn't actually, that wasn't in the script. He just wanted to see if he could get Leonardo DiCaprio to do it too, and they just kept it in there. Funny if true. Like, I can't make the light any brighter in here. I don't understand. The fuck? Yeah, so, just went to Walmart. Yeah. Beans! So, that's Bush. I don't know why it's vegetarian. Of course it is. It's freaking baked beans. I guess it's no lard. Got some Jif. Got some of that protein, Sun. And pretty much like 10 of these. Screw it. It's gotta be... it's just like in case, you know? So yeah, I just grabbed some quick foodstuffs. I mean, really don't need to eat a lot. Myself, personally. Haven't been exercising to the fullest of my capability. I mean, the gym's closed. That's the biggest fucking problem. That's the biggest state of emergency. I might as well call in the National Guard because I can't go to the damn gym. And maybe it's just because of the weather system rolling in, but I don't know, man. I've had a lot of weird pains, so that's always good, but that's pretty typical for Tolstoy, so that's, you know, nothing to worry about. Oh, nothing to worry about. Just, my body's shutting down on me. So much so that it actually made me want to go back and replay Metal Gear Solid 4, in apropos of none of the other Metal Gear Solids. I'm not sure I can play that game again. I'm not sure I can keep replaying the games again. But I think if I'm going to be trapped inside the house for like 3 days, I'm thinking that it's possible that the thing that I would probably want to play the most would be Tom Clancy's The Division. If I haven't talked a lot about The Division, maybe now is the correct time. I feel like a lot of times, anytime that I play a video game, I usually try to, video game or movie, I try to keep things thematically consistent. You know, it's like I come back from Otakon. I wanted to read a manga, so I read Uzumaki. It just kind of fit, you know, it seemed right. Which that video got some pretty, I got more views than I usually get. It accrued views much faster than usual, so I don't know if maybe you guys really like literature reviews. I ain't again it. I have a lot of books that I'm trying to read all at once, but I'm not sure how many of them would make for fun commentary. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like that's pretty consistent. The Division, you know, a game about a disaster, and, you know, a hurricane rolling in. I mean, I know it's not apples to apples, but not sure how I feel about The Division 2. I feel like DC is just not really all that iconic by comparison to New York. You know, I mean, like, the American city, New York. You know, and I'm not saying that it's the place you'd want to live. In fact, I wouldn't want to live there. I'd like to visit. And it would take like 3 months really to visit if you wanted to see all the stuff. So, you know, and you know, it's expensive, it's crowded, but it's an iconic American city. I can kind of get behind the narrative of we're doing this to save New York. At first, my biggest reason why I didn't want to play the game when it came out a few years ago wasn't the glitches or wasn't, you know, all of the terrible coding of, you know, when it first got released. It was more or less the narrative that, you know, the federal government has an agency that has people that that a time that they deem to be dire or drastic enough, they may activate who can kill citizens without habeas corpus. Judge Dredd's, in essence. I guess my libertarian mana is too high. I do not trust the Gubby to just, you know what is the right thing to do in a situation. You know, I don't trust Fedra enough to know when it warrants to activate an agent that can totally go rogue, which that concept may or may not even be covered by said game. Oh, gotta cut that out. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. So yeah, I'll just spend the next 3 days like grinding on The Division. Not really sure how I feel with the second one, but even if it goes nowhere, meh. I really haven't been playing games a lot. I've been reading more. Been listening to a lot of ASMR, trying to get some reading done. Trying to finish up the Metro book, among other things. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see how this all blows over. Ha! Get it? Hurricane blows over. So, like, 1 trillion years ago, it's been sitting on my desk for about 1 trillion years. 1 trillion years ago, there was a kind of some sort of weird sale that was going on for some sort of weird, cheap knockoff of, it's called Midland. Oh, it records in 720p HD. Check this thing out. Should probably do a review of it, but I never figured out how it worked. It came with instructions. I just never read them and never really cared. But it's supposed to be a second-rate GoPro with its own weird little water box, which might prove better than the camera in a bag. There you go. Lock that sucker in. Should probably have figured out how it worked before now, because I could have probably used it to get some, like, sick water shots. We do have some sound and some fury. Might be kind of cool to get some footage of it, but I think this thing requires some sort of... It's a ghost. Yeah, we got some of that. So, you know, just in case the power goes out. When the power goes out. Forgot it's North Carolina, so when, not if. Best you're gonna get. Get a fucking shirt on. I don't want to blind you all with my muscles. Can I be Major Armstrong yet? No. Well, fuck you. Alright, just woke up. Haven't even changed out of my jammies. Yeah, I mean, we're getting a few gusts of wind. First thing I did, just like every millennial, is I checked the old iDroid. She's speaking of which. Yeah! My brother 3D printed out the iDroid. So, I used the iDroid to check the weather. And for some reason... Yeah. The iDroid just, you know, looks like my phone, so... It's kind of how, here we go, that's how this works. So. And it looks like the storm is kind of dodging around us. Actually, let's check the war room. Check the fucking map, and I'll show you what I mean. Whole story. The hell are you doing? You could just, you know, you could just put a graphic up, you know, put a graphic up of what the storm is doing. Nah, son, this is more advanced. This is a map that I have tacked up in my room that usually belongs in like a third grader's classroom. Anyway, so basically the storm was set to go like, but I guess all of our meme roasting, for some reason, it did hit Wilmington, but now it's kind of just gone and cutting around most of the state and really fucking up the panhandle. Which, by the way, isn't that a panhandle? I used to describe this as the panhandle. Like anything that's like you know, that's like an offshooting is a panhandle, man. You know, it's like the long, skinny part. Look at all the destruction. My God. That stool's right where I left it, but look at all the destruction. It's like an alien world. The bike looks fine. Oh, it's, oh, that charcoal grill's still there. I don't really know whose that is. It's like been there since last July. They might want to come get it. But other than that, look at all the destruction. Okay. I actually just realized the first bit of destruction. Little fan got knocked away from Buddha. Buddha's fine though. Buddha's okay. He has reached total enlightenment and has merged with reality. So he's good. And there's Lawrence Fishburne. And he's still standing, and dude, it's... I don't even know how, because, like... Well, I guess it's a good figure. Got your Serenity. Got Jesus. Got this guy. He's getting his Serenity. And we got some Miyazaki chilling out in the window. I should probably close that window. But I like it open, so... I think it's the weirdest fucking camera angle ever. Okay, well, anyway, just ran out to my car, grabbed a few things, including water. I didn't really, I didn't buy cases of water like everybody else. I just was like, well, I got these water bladders that I use for, you know, hiking and whatnot. Might as well just fill them the fuck up. So the Dana started a few years ago. I started working. I started with hiking. I was sweating so much, you know, it was all the sweat drips like right into my eyes because for some reason God decided I didn't need any eyebrows or something. So, started wearing the Dana and seemed to help. Keeps the bugaboos out of your hair as well. You know, nobody likes bugaboos. Specifically Lone Star grade bugaboos that'll give you Rocky Mountain spotted fever. I get a lot of heat rashes just because I live in the heat because I've been described by friends as some sort of horrible swamp monster, which is true, I am. And every time I see like a little rash break out after hiking or climbing or whatnot, I'm just like, because it's like, you know, is it Rocky Mountain spotted fever? So it's starting to rain a little bit outside. This is going to suck because I usually do the jump rope for 10 minutes as a warm-up. Fuck! Can't forget the stretch. There you go. Alright, look at that shit. Tolstoy should have been a fucking ballerina. Look at that. Yeah. Quit checking out my ass, you sexist pig. Oh, fuck. With the storm coming, all my joints are swelling, and I'm not gonna lie, I know I've dislocated something once. I'm not sure if the hip injury I had years ago was just all soft tissue sprain, or if it was a dislocation of the ball. Fuck, dude. By the way, with that storm, everything is swelling and everything feels awful. So I'm really hoping I do not injure myself. Okay, I can't do the roundabout here because I'm going to smack a lamp. See, this is why I liked working out at the gym. You can take a look at the Buddha belly of power. That's right. Oh, fuck me. Alright. Wanted some of these. Gotta get some of these in. Great exercise, great cardio, great workout. Maybe you can see, if I can figure out how a camera works, that's some Tolstoy glisten. Got some glistening. Heading from the storm, boy! Alright, guess we're doing push-ups next. Tolstoy's weird. My wrists, I don't like this 90-degree angle. That's cool, camera, don't ever focus. By the way, all the lights in my apartment, turn the fuck on. Fuck it. Well, alright. Screw it. We'll just burn up all the electricity while we still got it. See if I can turn on this light over here. Get me better. Is it long one or short one? Oh boy. There you fucking go. It is literally blinding me how much light there is. Any light on the camera? Can you fucking see? Probably not. Anyway. So, Tolstoy is not a fan of the 90-degree angle that his wrists gotta be at to do the push-ups. So, I will oftentimes use weights to act as something to keep me distance from the ground. But I was told that this could be contributing to a constant injury I have of the ligaments in my damn wrists, forearms. It could be from doing so many different exercises that affect this, including rock climbing. But I don't know, and it feels more comfortable. I also have trouble getting down the technique, like the spacing. Like, this feels comfortable, but I don't know that this is correct, and I'm guessing you kind of, 2, 3, can't see that. Space it apart a little bit more. That's not bad either. Alright, so generally, I like to get myself a butt cushion. Don't you judge me. I need my butt cushion. And I can do this with a much heavier weight, but that's at the gym where they have infinite amount of weights. Oh, that's very light. I'll place it on my chest, tuck it underneath my chin, and go, let's see, what was it, 20? 20 on each side? Yeah. And see if I can remember. Turn? Yeah. 1, 2. I'm not sure how helpful this is. Saw this in a magazine. That, I'm not sure I like that exercise. I feel it way more on the forearms and the pecs. It's not what I'm trying to do, not what I'm trying to achieve with that exercise. Not sure how my curl game is. It's hard to compare it to what I do at the gym. Don't know if any of you are familiar with a cruciflex. That's what I like to do. Usually I used to start with my... Alright. So how many of these do I do? I forget. I used to do way too many. Somebody told me I should stop doing that. That's probably why I'm injuring myself. So let's try 15. Usually when I do standing curls, now I'm using one barbell with weights on each side. It's not the easy bar, I think. That is the curves in it. You know, those weird, wacky, what's his name? Roosevelt Dolly, Theodore Dolly. You know, the melted clock guy. It's like the melted lift. I don't fucking know. Anyway, do about 15 on 60 and then 10 on 70 in between other sets of exercises. When doing cruciflex, do 27.5, 30, 32.5 in ascending or descending number of reps in... It's hard to explain, man. Planks! I think. One more time. My technique is not necessarily mastered. Alright. I think this is fine. Back feels straight. I feel the pressure on my abdominals. Okay, and I usually go for 70 seconds on each side times 3 rounds. God damn it. Something must have gone wrong with the, hang on. Nice. Something must have gone a little bit haywire with my, iDroid, you know, whatever, the, cell phone, because for some reason, it stopped feeding me music while I was doing some exercise and some Pokemon training. I have to admit, pretty good workout for at home. Oh yeah, near the end, I kind of broke out the old Sony disc, mini disc man, whatever you want to call it. Hey, the buttons are more reliable than touchscreens. I don't care who says what. Loaded on, it's got a whole bunch of, like, Christian music from when I was, like, 13. Whatever, man. I had to finish up the workout. I'll listen to DC talk. I don't give a shit. Alright. Time to measure the gush. This is Tolstoy's favorite part. When you finish up the workout, you gotta measure it up in gush. What do I mean when I say that? First off, let me try to fix my hairs as much as... The 3 hairs I got left, my ass could be looking like some kind of Charlie Brown up in this shit soon. Ugh. There you go, still looking... There you go, kind of Nathan Drakey. Just missing, like... Just gonna go missing all that? Yeah. Alright. Alright. I don't know. We'll see, hang on. You gotta ring it out. This is my favorite part. Alright, hang on, you gotta coil it up. Actually, those push-ups, I haven't done push-ups in a while. Those were good. I can feel it in the chest, pecs muscle. Go away, Hurricane. You're not welcome. Alright. Oh! Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that, look at that. There you go. Woo! Never can truly get it all the way. Usually after the workout, I'd sit in the sauna and meditate and try to get all my cheese and my chakras balanced for maximum healing. Alright. Well, as you may or may not be able to hear, outside little gusts of wind. Not really that big a deal. It's Friday at 2:30. They were saying by the afternoon we were supposed to get hit with end of days type of shit. I guess we can take a look and see what it looks like now. Florence weather. Alright, yeah, it's still cutting around us. In fact, it almost looks like the blast radius is completely cutting around us. Like, it really looks like it's just gonna fuck up Charlotte. Anyway. Of course, it's still, everything's shut down, I'm still trapped in here, but that was a pretty good workout. I'm pretty happy about that. I just realized. It's fucking unsheathed, rusty-ass West Virginia handmade sword. This Messerweapon, as it is just kind of sitting on this steel shelf, and it just wiggled back and forth with the wind. And I'm sitting like right next to it. Anyway. Last night, as I was watching some old Batman the Animated Series on that there Amazon Primes or whatever, figured I might as well get some cool internet, you know, in while I have the chance. I started looking over this crappy little knockoff GoPro that I got a shillion years ago. Plugged it in, and I even plugged in a micro SD card that I picked up a while ago that was also on sale. These are just all these crazy ingredients that I just picked up and then never really put together because I'm not really a big fan of technology. It's like, it doesn't get me off to play with it. It's not like a gun or a knife or something, so. But anyway, got his own little water box, so basically, you know, you could, and it does come with mounts. Then she goes in her little dealie. Then it's airtight, so that you can get a water shot. And I think it comes with mounts. I'm trying to figure out if I can get it hooked to my backpack or something. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the climbing with it. Supposedly it's supposed to have a camera mount. Heavier than a GoPro, but not by much, and who cares. But, because I didn't want to mess with it, and I didn't want to learn how to use it, I gave it to my climbing/hiking partner. And then I realized the box that has the instructions also has the battery. So, unfortunately, I can't really use this right now, which really sucks. As I kind of thought, if this gets any worse, I would like to kind of walk around outside and get some footage of me being retarded, but otherwise, so far, it's been a pretty mild hurricane. I mean, most of it's cut around us. I kind of predicted this. Oh yeah, forgot I got candles. Oh. And we're stuck at the bottom. Worst comes to worst, be reading by candlelight. Well, and the power went out. So, I have a baggie of little tea lights I can use for now, as well as my spooky Magna light / General Whomper. Well, but unfortunately I only have like 19 minutes left of... God dang it. Bernie. Well. Ooh. He's a howling. I don't want to touch this tea light because it's probably... it's touchable. It's not fun to touch, but... Alright, power came back about maybe 45 minutes later. I sat during the dying light. It's not a reference. It's... I mean, kind of... It is if you want it to be. It sat by the dying light by the window and read very, very close to the end, very last few chapters. Very moody, both outside and within the page. And I literally had to read it by this weird little lantern thing. You know, my brother has this tendency to collect flashlights, and I have like one or two, but they each... We don't have batteries for them. I actually do have a massive bag of tea candles, though. Man, I forgot how many tea candles I had. Yeah, so we're pretty swole for this. I'm not going to pretend like I don't like spending my evenings watching the internet. It's getting flickery. I'd be surprised if it stays on.
They said it was the end of the world, so I had to don my Stalker Sunshine suit. The iDroid says it's breathable in here, so...
So I guess we can take the mask off. Man, you know that Tolstoy is bored. Bored. Because I decided to put on all this to do a quick stalker cosplay because I thought that shit might be entertaining. Now I have to take it off because it's fucking hot. One of these days I'm going to do a full-blown review of that pack. Well, once again, the field test of my Columbia rain slicker proved it to be of good, high-quality rain gear. But, unfortunately, the 511s, my knees get all soggy. Because it just drips down onto my knees. You know, my soggy knees. There's no joke there. I just want you to know that. Anyway, yeah, so I decided to poke my head outside just to take a walk. I realized I thought I had been inside for 2 days. I was just like, day 2. I am already losing my fucking... Oh, no, wait, I was... This is the 2nd day, but that doesn't count as 2 days. Are you, like, arguing with yourself about, like, some 5th grader level shit, like whether or not water is wet? Yeah, just a day without getting outside and playing outside is a day that just drives old Tolstoy crazy. Anyway, it's raining moderately, so that means that everything has to be shut down. That's not even moderate. That's not moderate. That's a light rain. I mean, I'm guessing because the storm is moving slowly, they're saying that it's gonna, like, you know, really amount, and it's gonna compile, and there's gonna be flooding. I keep getting these flash flood warnings on my phone. One of my fans informed me that this is likely a Soviet filter, which had asbestos in it. So he was like, don't suck too hard on that mask, T. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's Israeli. And he's like, the model is that puck, that filter is Soviet. And I'm like, nuh-uh. And he's like, yeah, because I'm part of like a community of like gas mask enthusiasts. God damn, the internet is amazing and for everyone. But it used to be. I mean, slowly but surely that's turning out to not be true anymore. Anyway, but he says that the green filters are likely Soviet, but they were marked on the... Oh! There's markings on the side. Hey, gas mask guy. Oh no. I was about to, like, read him the letters, and they're either scratched off or that's in Cyrillic, in which case that's fucking Russian. Yeah, there's no Hebrew on this. Fuck! So as you can see, Artyom, God can hear us even now in the metro. You can't see the tea candles, but still have a whole big old bag of them left over. The storm's pretty much all but done. They're still fairly handy. There's kind of several uses for them, actually. The only other use that I've really seen is like heating up small, like metal containers. I actually think that's where they got the name. You can set it underneath a kettle of tea that you wish to preserve at hot temperature. I saw that once at a Tiavana. I used to get stuff from Tiavana. Used to call it sobriety, because late at night it helped replace the feeling of wanting to drink something. Okay, and just like that, the rain's kicking up again. Yeah, really no winds. It was originally projected to come right for us, and then it slowly but surely just dodged around us, and we basically got hit with just a crap ton of rainfall. I believe now it's been degraded to a tropical depression. Why are the tropics depressed? Poor the tropics. We should give it SSRIs to see if that helps, and if that causes some strange side effects. I'm sure it's not because of the environment. We have to use more SSRIs. Anyway. For the most part, I literally spent the entire weekend finishing up Metro 2033. I have interesting thoughts on it, but I will likely end up saving those for an actual video review, because I feel like that's a whole video in and of itself. Checked to see if the gym was open today. It was not. I'm not entirely thrilled about that. Took a scoot around town. Could have gotten footage of that, but it's like, whatever. Anyway, some places have power. Most places have power. Some blocks do not, including the one that my gym is on. Ironically, all the places that are open are all, staples of Southern fast food, including the Waffle House, otherwise known as Awful House, and Cookout. If you've never had Cookout, one of these days Tolstoy has to do a Dame Drops. He's got to do a Dame Drops, tribute, and go to Cookout for you. Show you what that's all about, what that life is about. So besides the fact that everyone in this area panicked kind of for nothing, the other biggest thing that I've learned from this whole experience is that I am incredibly vulnerable to cabin fever. Because this is the third day stuck on the inside, and it's not as bad as yesterday, but we still have we still have about 10 hours before I have to go to sleep. I've been taking walks, and even with the rain slicker on, those 511s still get soaked, which is why, Tolstoy's still in his, ugly-ass plaid pajamas. I really need to look into seeing if they really make completely waterproof pants. I'm sure they're not comfortable somehow. Somehow I just know. Find them at an REI for like $300, for God's sake. This whole experience probably wouldn't have been so bad if I'd had a really decent video game to take my mind off of things. It's been a long time since I've actually been enveloped in a video game, to the point where I can kind of binge it or marathon it. Same with television. I just haven't been able to find myself entertained by either of those mediums. I think the last time that I really did was Prey. I had been playing through the Metro series, the HD remake. I had only ever before played Last Light. I had never played the original 2033. Yeah, it's okay. It's a bit linear. Looking back, I don't think the game has held up anywhere near as great as a lot of people thought it was. I had like a half-liter of vodka left on the top of my fridge from the point where I pretty much quit drinking. And the thought did occur to me that I could easily make this entire weekend disappear a whole lot quicker than it did. But at least I didn't fall into temptation. I feel like this video is going to be pretty much as boring as this weekend was. But don't worry, I have way better content saved up. Actually, the best is really yet to come. I have yet to be able to get any of that money from the Patreon, because it takes supposedly 300 years before it ever hits your PayPal. When it does, I've pretty much been given the green light by you fine folk to kind of do what thou wilt, and still considering my options here. I definitely want to maximize your all entertainment. I've got some great footage that I've this weekend just been churning out, like mad. Into full-fledged videos, but I attempt to wait 2 or 3 days before I post things in chunks of 2 to 3 days to give everybody the chance to not see the video because the algorithm demotes it or whatever I'm doing wrong. Tea candles, tea candles, tea candles and me.